So one of the ways that I've been able to gauge the difference between my type of dementia and, say, Alzheimer's is because of my short-term memory. Since diagnosis, my short-term memory, I got diagnosed in 2020, so just over 4 years now. What was I saying? So over that last 5 years, my short-term memory has remained pretty stable until now. I can definitely tell my short-term is affected because, your short-term memory, you hold on to short-term memories usually like 15 to 30 seconds before it goes to the hippocampus to be splintered off and turned into long-term memories. But I could recall something that happened or something I did fairly well, and without it interrupting my daily life as much as the other stuff. But now, like yesterday, or like I'm gonna remember what day it was, but I can no longer do anything in the kitchen and keep track of what I'm doing. Yesterday, I'm gonna say yesterday, I don't know what day it was. The other day, I was making burritos for me and Aiden, and I made his, no problem, but by the time I came back around to making mine, I put it on a plate, and then I, got whatever else I was going to have with it, I don't remember, and then I went back to where I set my plate, and it was gone, and I looked everywhere for it, and Aiden was over there eating, so he didn't touch it, and I looked in the garbage, I looked in the fridge, I looked everywhere I could think of that I would looked in the microwave, and it wasn't there. And I was thinking, did I eat it? Did I throw it away? What happened? It was the last burrito, so I was kind of screwed. And so I had to think of something else to eat. And so I decided on something else, and I don't remember what, and opened the cabinet to get out a plate, and my burrito was sitting there in the cabinet on a plate, and I have no memory of putting it in there. I might have put it in there thinking it was the microwave for a second. So things like that. The other night, I'm supposed to have Kenny help me take my meds at night, and I get stubborn sometimes and say, I can do this on my own. And so one of those times happened, and I have 2 pills that I take, and then I have to take my heart pill last, and just for whatever reason. And so I was telling myself, take your last pill, which is your heart med, and brush your teeth. So I took the first 2 pills, and then all of a sudden started brushing my teeth. And by the time I got done brushing my teeth, I couldn't remember if I took my heart pill or not. So I ended up having to take another one, because I have to have it, or I will have palpitations, severe palpitations. So it was better to take it again. But that can be very dangerous when you don't remember if you've taken your meds. So I'm back to having to listen and wait for my husband. So anyway, all of this to say that I can no longer say that my symptoms aren't similar to Alzheimer's, because my short-term memory is terrible, and I've always had a very, very good, detailed, long and short-term memory, so this is really difficult to admit for me. So anyway, that's what I want to share. Have a good day.